Hello, Christchurch. I just wonder today how you're doing. We're quite a way into this time of lockdown, aren't we? And I just want to say that we are thinking of you, we are praying for you, and please do get in contact with us if you are struggling, if you just need someone to talk to, because we all need at this time to, yes, be staying safe, but we need to be connecting with others as we also connect with God. So please do know of our thoughts and prayers for you. Today we're carrying on in John's Gospel and we're looking at John 11:45 through to the end of the chapter, which is verse 57. Let me pray for you before you delve into the word. Lord, I thank you that we have your words. And Lord, I thank you that we have your words, Jesus Christ, revealed to us. Lord, as we read these words from the Gospel of John this morning, may you speak to us. May we really gain something from this passage that changes us and renews us and makes us fall more in love with you. Amen. So please do pause and read that passage, John 11:45 through to 57. Well, the passage starts with a therefore. And therefore is a link word that links the previous passage to the passage that we are on. And the therefore refers back to this incredible miracle that Jesus has just performed, raising Lazarus from the dead. Do go back to Monday and Tuesday's Daily Connect, where firstly Steve spoke about the first half of the story, and then I yesterday spoke about the second half of the story. But we see this miracle happen, and we see this fifth I am statement that Jesus says, I am the resurrection and the life. Such an important saying that Jesus reveals more of who he is, more of his character, more of his purpose in coming to our world. And I love how the passage, this verse 45, starts where it says, many saw what Jesus did and believed in him. I mean, in reality, if you saw Jesus raising somebody from the dead, and you knew that person had been dead, we know that Lazarus had been dead in the tomb for 4 days. How could you not believe? And therefore it begs the question today, when we read this testimony, we read the Gospels and we see the miraculous works that Jesus has done, how is it that we can't believe in the Lord of life? Because even though, yes, we are not there at that specific time, we are not standing by Mary and Martha as we see Jesus perform this miracle, but we have accurate evidence of the miracles that Jesus performed, this being one of them. How can people not believe that Jesus is the Son of God, who came to take away the sins of the world? Maybe you just want to pause the video now and just spend some time in prayer for those who you know and you love, who don't know the love of God in their lives, that haven't had their eyes opened to see Jesus as he truly is. Name those people before our Lord. The passage continues, and these people, some of them believe, and we would suspect therefore that they go and continue to follow Jesus. But some of them are still a bit hesitant, and they go and tell the Pharisees what's happened. And then we see the Pharisees and the chief priests meet together in the Sanhedrin, and they have this conversation. What are we accomplishing? They asked. Here is this man performing many signs. I love the fact that they don't deny that Jesus is performing these miraculous signs. That the evidence is simply just too strong that Jesus is himself, because he is the Son of God, performing these miraculous signs. It continues, verse 48. If we let him go on like this, everyone will believe in him. If only, hey? And then the Romans will come and take away our temple and our nation. Now, I have a slight, and it is only slight, bit of sympathy for the Pharisees and the chief priests here. God in the Old Testament makes it very clear that the people of Israel are to build a temple where God himself, is to dwell in. And we see in the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible, all these laws written to do with sacrifice and sacrificing to God to take away the sins of the people. And the temple provides that space for that to happen. So for the Jews, the temple is such a key part of their faith. I mean, it is where God literally dwells. And what they have heard of Jesus up to this point is, and if you flick back in your Bibles to John 2, verse 19 and 20, Jesus said to them, "Destroy this temple, and I will raise it again in 3 days." They replied, "It has taken 46 years to build this temple, and you are going to raise it in 3 days." But the temple he had spoken of was his body. So in their minds, they are simply hearing that Jesus is going to destroy the temple. But what they are not hearing is that Jesus is saying that he himself is that temple, and that he himself must die in order for the people to be saved. He is that ultimate sacrifice. So we flick back to our passage in chapter 11, and you can see why the Pharisees are agitated, they're hesitant. He's saying that he's going to destroy the temple, but this is where God dwells. But what the Pharisees are not doing is they are not opening their eyes to see who Jesus is. And then we see this, it's almost sort of comical to some degree, this amazing bit of biblical irony, where Caiaphas says, "You do not realise," this is verse 15, "that it is better for you that one man die for the people than the whole nation perish." Amen. They don't see that Jesus has come to die for them, for Caiaphas, for the Pharisees, so that they don't perish. That's why Jesus has come. But what they are doing is they are saying, hang on, if everybody believes in Jesus, therefore the Romans come and take over our temple, which is where God dwells. Actually, if we bin off Jesus, if we kill Jesus, then the temple will remain, our religion will remain. And it's this almost wonderful bit of biblical irony, where Caiaphas has hit the nail on the head without realising that he's hit the nail on the head. Verse 51. He did not say this on his own, but as the high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus would die for the Jewish nation. And not only for that nation, but also for the scattered children of God, to bring them together and to make them one. God uses the evil intentions of Caiaphas and the Pharisees to get rid of Jesus for their own benefit, for God's glory. And God does that. He uses the evil in this world, this free will that we have been given, that we can choose right or wrong. But we see God use evil and make his goodness come from it. And we see that so often, don't we? But we see that in this statement, that Caiaphas is saying, we need somebody to die, Jesus to die, so that our nation, our livelihoods, the temple is saved. I wonder, do you know that in your life? Do you know that Jesus has come to die for you. That Jesus is the one and only sacrifice that we need. Do you know that in your heart? Do you wish others to know that in their hearts too? I would encourage you to spend some time re-going over this and just rereading that verse 51. This prophecy that Caiaphas says, which is bang on. Not in his heart. His heart is for not good intentions around this, but he has hit the nail on the head. Jesus, the temple, the resurrection and the life. He must die so that we can be saved, that we can live in freedom, that we can live in such joy and love. I've really enjoyed this Daily Connect today. I hope that you have too. And as I say, please spend some time now in prayer over this passage and pray for whatever you feel God is putting on your heart. But make sure particularly you pray for others so that they know the love and joy of the gospel. And just a final challenge before we end. Those people that God puts on your heart, why not invite them to our online alpha, which starts on Tuesday, the 12th of May. There is an invitation that you can download. It was sent in our email. But if you don't get our email, please just email office@christchurchsouthport.org.uk. And you can download that invitation and then send it on to others. May God bless you today. Amen.